Welcome, beloved soul. Tonight, we begin a journey together, one of remembrance, of power, of awakening. If you feel drawn to these words, if something deep within whispers that you were meant to hear this, then stay close. And before we begin, gently subscribe so each night, each whisper, each blessing of truth may find you without fail. You have been told that desire is enough, that wanting is the key, that if you say loudly, "I want love, I want wealth, I want health," somehow the universe will hear you. And yet, haven't you seen the silence? Haven't you felt the echo? You shout your longings into the vast canyon of life, and all that returns to you is the hollow sound of your own cry. It feels like betrayal. It feels like a cruel trick. You want more than anything for your life to change, yet nothing moves. You imagine wealth, but the bills still arrive. You imagine love, but loneliness sits across the table at night. You imagine health, but your body feels trapped in pain. And so you ask, why? Why do the heavens remain silent? Why does the law of attraction seem broken? The answer is sharper, deeper, simpler than you may have known. It is not your desire that draws things to you. It is your being. Desire is only a voice calling into the canyon, but the canyon does not send back what you want. It only echoes what you are. Listen closely now, because here lies the reversal that can set you free. The subconscious mind does not respond to surface longing. It responds to the vibration you carry inside. If beneath your words you feel lack, then lack is the decree. If beneath your affirmations you feel fear, then fear is the order given. If beneath your wanting you feel unworthy, then unworthiness becomes the seed planted in the dark soil of the subconscious. Do you see now why desire alone has failed you? Because you are not attracting what you cry out for. You are attracting what you embody. Imagine this. A man stands at the mouth of a great canyon. He cries, "I am rich. I am rich. I am rich." But inside, he trembles, knowing the truth of his bank account, knowing the hunger in his belly. The canyon does not return his words. It returns his vibration. And so the echo comes back. I am poor. I am afraid I am small. The subconscious is the canyon. The subconscious is the echo. The subconscious does not argue, does not negotiate, does not pretend. It takes the vibration you dwell in as law. This is why you have struggled. This is why your affirmations have felt like paper swords against a storm. Because the words of the lips are weak when the heart whispers another story. But here lies the freedom. You are not sentenced to live in the prison of your old vibration. You can choose again. You can feel again. You can become again. For what you are inside writes the script of what you will see outside. When you shift from wanting to being, the whole stage of life rearranges itself. Wealth finds its way to you when you feel wealthy within. Love pours in when you dwell in the vibration of being loved already. Health blossoms when deep within you feel the rhythm of vitality. This is no cruel trick. This is a higher law, exact and merciful, waiting only for your recognition. So tonight, release the false hope that wanting is enough. Wanting is the first whisper, yes, but it is not the decree. The decree is written in feeling. The decree is sealed in vibration. And here in this moment, as your breath slows, as your heart listens, you may already feel the first shift. You may feel the old misunderstanding begin to dissolve. You are no longer the one shouting into the canyon. You are becoming the canyon itself, and the echo that returns to you will no longer be lack, no longer be fear, no longer be longing. It will be the song of your new being. This is the law. This is the mercy. This is the key. Type these words now as your declaration of alignment. Type "I believe." For with those two words, you do more than hope. You begin to embody. You stand before a mirror. You lift your hand, and the reflection lifts its hand. You smile, and the reflection smiles. The mirror does not argue. The mirror does not invent. The mirror does not show you what you wish to see. It only returns what is already there. Life is the same. It is not a ledger keeping track of your desires. It is a mirror returning to you the state of your being. You may say, "I want wealth." But if the vibration of poverty fills your inner world, then poverty is what appears in the glass. You may say, "I want health," but if your heart is saturated with fear, If your inner image is weakness, the mirror returns sickness. You may say, "I want love," but if your subconscious blueprint is rejection and loneliness, the glass cannot show you companionship. This is why so many suffer. They polish the surface words while leaving the inner reflection fogged, distorted, covered with breath and fear. But watch this. Take your hand, gently wipe the mirror clean. The fog dissolves, and suddenly the reflection is clear. Not because the mirror changed, but because you changed the image before it. The subconscious is this mirror. It does not argue. It does not weigh statistics. It does not count the years in your body. It simply reflects the impression you hold most deeply. And yet, you have been told another story. You have been told you are a prisoner of biology, a slave to genetics, a victim of inheritance. Science may say, "This disease runs in your family. This struggle is in your blood." But Spirit speaks another decree. You inherit the infinite. You are heir not only to the body of your ancestors, but to the vast supply of the universe. Consider this story. A woman once longed for wealth. She wrote affirmations on slips of paper, taped them to her mirror, whispered them each morning. "I am wealthy. I am wealthy. I am wealthy." But the bills kept piling. The phone kept ringing with creditors. Her body trembled each time she checked her bank account. Why? Because beneath the words, her vibration was still lack. Her subconscious blueprint was debt. She felt it as real, and the subconscious, the faithful mirror, reflected exactly that. One night, exhausted from her affirmations, she changed her approach. She did not try to want wealth anymore. She asked instead, what would it feel like to already be cared for, already safe, already supplied? And she rested in that feeling as she fell asleep, just for a few moments, just for a few nights. Something shifted. The tightness in her chest softened. The mirror began to clear. Within weeks, unexpected income appeared. Not millions, not lottery winnings, but enough to lift her out of panic. Enough to prove the law true. And from there, as she continued to embody the vibration of being cared for, more and more supply arrived. The secret was never the words she wrote. The secret was always the vibration she carried. This is the contrast you must see. Outer striving versus inner being. Outer striving says, if I work harder, push harder, say the words louder, perhaps the world will give me what I want. But inner being whispers, as I embody it within, as I live it inwardly, the mirror must reflect it outwardly. The subconscious never asks when or how. It only reflects what is. And what is? What you feel, what you believe, what you embody. So take this to heart. You do not get what you wish for. You do not even get what you pray for in fear. You get what you feel true. Stand again before the mirror. Imagine your breath fogging it with doubt, with fear, with longing. Now take your hand, clear it. See yourself as you wish to be, but not as a desperate hope. See yourself as already so. See your body strong. See your home abundant. See your heart loved. Feel it. Believe it. Embody it. And watch the mirror cannot help but return the same, because the world is not punishing you. The world is not mocking you. The world is only echo and reflection, canyon and glass. And as you shift your being, the echo changes. The reflection brightens. The life before you bends. This is law. This is mercy. This is truth. Close your eyes for a moment. Picture a grand cathedral under construction. The scaffolding rises. Stones are laid one by one. Stained glass waits to be fitted into its frame. Somewhere in the background stands the architect blueprint in hand, directing every cut, every placement, every detail. Now imagine that the cathedral is your life. The walls are your health. The stained glass is your relationships. The foundation is your wealth. And the builder who lays each stone, who never questions, never hesitates, is your subconscious mind. But here is the truth that shakes the ground beneath you. The subconscious does not design. It only builds. It does not invent the blueprint. It only follows it. And where does the blueprint come from? From you. From every word you speak with feeling. From every image you hold with conviction. From every emotion you repeat until it settles into the soil of the inner mind. You may whisper 1,000 times, "I am rich. I am rich. I am rich." But if the feeling beneath your words is fear of poverty, the blueprint is poverty. And the builder does not argue. The builder does not correct you. The builder simply follows. This is why your cathedral sometimes looks broken, why the walls crumble, why the roof leaks. The builder has been obedient. It has been following the wrong plan. Let me give you a parable. A man hired an architect to design a home. The architect drew the plans carefully, handed them to the builder, and left. But imagine if the builder ignored the blueprint and placed doors where there should be windows, built stairs that led nowhere, laid bricks without mortar. Chaos, collapse, ruin. But your subconscious is not careless. Your subconscious is precise. It never ignores the blueprint. It never builds stairs that lead nowhere. It never misplaces a single stone. The problem is never the builder. The problem is always the plan. So the question becomes, what plans are you handing to your inner builder each day? What seeds are you planting in the soil of your subconscious? For words alone are weak unless they carry the lifeblood of feeling. The subconscious does not take instructions from the lips. It takes instructions from the heart. Think of affirmation as a seed. If you place it on the surface of the ground and never bury it, never water it, never let it sink into the dark soil, it remains just a word, dry and lifeless. But when the word is joined with feeling, when it is wrapped in belief, when it is pressed deep into the soil of the subconscious, it grows. It must grow. The law cannot fail. And so your life as it stands today is not punishment, not accident, not random. It is the cathedral built faithfully, according to the blueprint you have impressed upon your subconscious. Some say, this is cruel, but it is not cruel. It is just. For if your subconscious built by chance, then your life would be chaos without remedy. But because it builds with precision, you have the power to change everything simply by handing it a new plan. How through repetition, through emotion, through the images you hold most vividly. When you speak to yourself at night, just before sleep, you hand a blueprint to your builder. When you dwell on gratitude, you hand a blueprint. When you forgive, when you release poison, when you imagine wholeness, you are drafting new plans for the inner builder to follow. And soon, brick by brick, beam by beam, the cathedral shifts. The cracks seal the walls. Rise, the stained glass glows with light. Remember this: the subconscious never argues. It never debates. It does not say, "You cannot be wealthy. You cannot be loved. You cannot be healed." It only receives the decree impressed with feeling. This is why fear manifests. This is why resentment bears bitter fruit. Not because the subconscious is cruel, but because it is faithful. Faithful to the blueprint. Faithful to the seed. Faithful to the impression. So what will you hand it tonight? More blueprints of lack, or the scroll of abundance rolled out in light? What will you plant in its soil? Seeds of fear or seeds of joy? The builder waits. The soil waits. The cathedral of your life is under construction, even now. And the miracle is this: the moment you shift the blueprint, the moment you hand a new decree to the inner builder, construction begins anew. You are not trapped by the past plan. You are free to redraw, free to plant again, free to rebuild. And the subconscious will obey, as it always has, as it always will. The day has its noise. The mind chatters. The world demands. The body hurries. But night is different. Night softens, the edges slows, the pulse opens a door that does not appear in daylight. This door is the golden gateway of sleep. It stands before you every evening, nodding, glowing silent. And most step through without awareness, falling into slumber, carrying the burden of their fears, their regrets, their unfinished thoughts. They drag these heavy chains into the night, and the subconscious takes them as decrees. But you tonight, you will enter differently. For the moment just before sleep is holy. It is the twilight, where the conscious guard grows drowsy, where resistance fades, where logic loosens its grip. And in that tender, drifting moment, the subconscious stands open, receptive, fertile as dark soil after rain. This is where creation begins. This is where seeds are planted. This is where destiny bends. Imagine a great cathedral at night, silent, empty. candles flicker along the stone walls. The vast space is still waiting for a single voice, a single prayer, a single decree to rise into its vaults. That cathedral is your subconscious at the edge of sleep. Every whisper you place upon its altar is received without question. Every image you hold in those final moments becomes a stained glass window waiting to catch the morning light. Every feeling you choose to rest in becomes law. You see, during the day, the conscious mind is loud, skeptical, quick to argue. It hears an affirmation and replies, "But that's not true. Look at your bank account. Look at your body. Look at your life." But at night, just before sleep, the conscious grows drowsy and the gatekeeper drifts. And the subconscious, silent, faithful, eternal, takes the decree without debate. This is why your last thought before sleep matters more than the 1,000 thoughts of the day. This is why resentment carried into the night festers into the morning. And this is why gratitude whispered as you drift becomes a golden seed that blooms into blessing. So tonight, as you lie upon your bed, slow, your breath soften your gaze, and step to the threshold of the golden gate. Whisper not your longing, not your begging, but your decree. Whisper as though it is already so. I am cared for. I am loved. I am safe. I am whole. Do not strain, do not push. Simply let the feeling sink like a pebble falling gently into a still pond, rippling outward until the whole inner world carries its vibration. This is the golden law. The subconscious never argues. It only absorbs. And in the half-sleep state, its absorption is total. Perhaps you have planted fear at this gate before. Perhaps you have whispered worry into the night and seen it bloom as trouble in the day. But tonight, you will plant differently. You will sow light. You will sow peace. You will sow the image of the life you choose to live. See the gate swinging open before you now. See the golden light spilling from it. Step through with calm, with reverence, with awareness. Lay your words, your images, your feelings upon the altar of the subconscious. And as you drift into sleep, know this, the decree has been sealed. The builder has received the plan. The seed has been planted in fertile soil. You do not need to wrestle with it in the night. You do not need to push or strive. The law will work while you sleep. The soil will nourish the seed. The builder will raise the cathedral. This is the gift of the Golden Gateway. This is the mercy of the subconscious mind, and this is why your nights will never again be wasted. For each evening is an opportunity to create anew. Each evening is the threshold of destiny. Each evening is the chance to step into the cathedral of your soul and write tomorrow's reality. Tonight, you will walk through the Golden Gate. Tonight, you will whisper the decree. Tonight, you will rest, and the law will work on your behalf. And when you wake, the reflection will already be changing. You have walked through shadows. You have stood before the mirror. You have held the blueprint. You have crossed the Golden Gate. And now, beloved soul, it is time to glimpse the promise that awaits you. For what we have begun here is not a single night's whisper, not a passing thought, but a journey, a holy unfolding in 3 parts. Tonight, we laid the foundation. Tonight, we opened your eyes to the higher law. And what comes next is the ritual, the practice, the living transformation of your being. Imagine yourself standing in a corridor of light. 3 radiant doors rise before you, each carved with symbols that glow faintly as though alive, each waiting for your hand upon the handle. The first door is the door of the foundation. It is the law you have learned tonight that you do not attract what you want, but what you are. That desire without being is a hollow echo, but being is the decree. This door you have already opened. You have stepped through it tonight. The second door is the door of ritual. Beyond it lies the practice of whisper, visualize, thank. Whisper as you drift into sleep the decree you choose. Visualize as you rest the image already complete. Thank as though it is already done, sealing the law with gratitude. This ritual is not a burden, but a rhythm, like the beating of the heart, like the rising of the sun. Each night, you will walk through this door, planting seeds into the fertile soil of your subconscious. The third door is the door of expansion. Here, you will learn the deeper mysteries, the practice of forgiveness that dissolves poison, the speaking to the body that rewrites its cells, the planting of unshakable seeds that no storm can uproot. Beyond this door your being expands. Your reality bends, your destiny unfolds like a scroll of light. Do you see now the promise that this is not theory, not mere philosophy, but a living path? A path you can walk each night, each dawn, each breath. And as you walk, transformation is not only possible, it is inevitable. For the law is impersonal, exact, merciful. The subconscious is not a respecter of persons. It does not bless one and curse another. It simply reflects the seed, planted the blueprint, given the decree, whispered. Plant wisely, and the harvest must come. Picture again the seed in the soil. At first, it seems nothing has changed. You whisper the words, you feel the image, you give thanks, and the outer world remains the same, but underground. In the silence, the seed is breaking, stirring, sending roots into the earth. And one morning, without warning, green shoots pierce the soil, reaching toward the light. So it is with your life. The first whispers may seem unanswered. The first decrees may feel invisible. But beneath the surface, your subconscious is at work, reshaping, rebuilding, calling forth new conditions. And in time, the shoots appear. In time, the harvest comes. In time, the cathedral glows with light. This is the promise of transformation, that as you align who you are with what you desire, life itself bends to match your being. So do not fear delay. Do not despise small beginnings. Trust the law. Trust the soil. Trust the builder. Trust the seed. For repetition impresses. For gratitude seals. For forgiveness clears the ground. And in the end, the subconscious cannot resist. It must obey. It must construct. It must bring forth. So tonight, let hope settle into your bones. Let the promise wrap around you like a mantle of light. Let the certainty that change is already unfolding rest upon your heart. You are not a beggar before the universe. You are not a victim of fate. You are the gardener of your soul, the architect of your destiny, the high priest of your subconscious temple. Whisper, visualize, thank, forgive, release, renew. Plant, water, harvest. This is the rhythm. This is the ritual. This is the path. And if you walk it night after night, morning after morning, The old will fall away. The new will rise. The echo in the canyon will change its song. The mirror will shine with a new reflection. The blueprint will build a new cathedral. This is the promise. This is the journey. This is the destiny written within you. And now, beloved, as we close part 1 of this journey, let me gently remind you, stay with me through this unfolding. For what comes next will carry you deeper, higher, further than you have yet imagined. Do not let the seed of tonight wither. Do not let the promise fade. Subscribe and stay close to this path. Each word, each whisper, each decree that follows will carry you nearer to the final declaration, the moment where your being and your desire are one, and the law bends reality to your soul. Rest now in the promise. The seed is planted. The cathedral is rising. The law is faithful. And transformation has already begun. Close your eyes and notice the quiet that surrounds you. In that quiet, there is a hidden power waiting to be touched by the smallest sound, a whisper, a word, spoken softly, tenderly, almost like a lullaby. When you whisper, you are not shouting at life. You are not begging. You are not straining. You are commanding gently, directly, as though your words slip beneath the surface of the conscious mind and enter the still waters of the subconscious. And in that depth, every whispered syllable becomes law. Imagine your whisper traveling like an echo through a vast cave. You murmur the phrase, "I am whole. I am whole. I am whole." And instead of fading, the whisper multiplies. It repeats back to you in endless layers, circling through the cavern of your being, filling every corridor of your mind. One whisper becomes 1,000. One phrase becomes a chorus, and the subconscious, listening without judgment, accepts it as truth. Your whisper is a seed planted in the richest soil. Speak the phrase in the present tense as though it is already reality. Short, simple, glowing with certainty. I am healed. I am abundant. I am loved. Your conscious mind may argue, may doubt, may resist, but the whisper is so soft, it slips past those gates. It enters the inner chamber where belief is formed. Think of a small flame, no bigger than the wick of a candle. Each whispered word you speak is a breath feeding that flame. Softly, steadily, it grows into a torch. With repetition, the torch becomes a beacon. And with time, the beacon becomes a blazing sun, lighting the whole of your life. Remember this: your subconscious mind does not respond to force. It does not respond to frantic shouting. It responds to the word that is felt as true. And nothing carries more feeling than the softness of a whisper, a word spoken as if it already belongs to you. There was once a man who lay sick in his bed, his body weary, his spirit dim. He had no strength for long prayers, no energy for arguments with his condition. But each night before sleep, he whispered the same phrase: "I am healed." At first, his voice trembled. At first, he doubted. But night after night, he whispered as one might hum a lullaby to a child. "I am healed. I am healed. I am healed." His conscious mind tired of resisting. His subconscious began to listen. Slowly, the whisper became law, and law became flesh. He rose from his bed, renewed. His whisper had shaped his destiny. So tonight, as you rest, let your whisper move mountains. Let it echo in the cave of your being. One word, spoken gently, can move mountains. One phrase, spoken faithfully, can transform your life. Whisper softly now, and let the law be written within you. Now imagine that the words you have whispered awaken a light within you. A golden light, pure and warm, shining first at the center of your chest. It glows there like the sun rising behind stained glass in a great cathedral. Rays of light scatter, coloring every surface, flooding every corner with brilliance. You breathe in, and the light grows brighter. You breathe out, and the light spreads further. See this golden light move through your body. Flowing like a river, it streams down your arms, through your veins, into your fingertips. It flows upward into your throat, your face, your mind. It washes through your lungs, filling them with radiant air. It circles your heart, wrapping it in warmth. It moves down through your belly, cleansing every organ, filling every cell. Feel the light as more than a vision. Feel it as sensation. Imagine the warmth tingling in your hands. Imagine your chest loosening as the light cleanses away tension. Imagine your thoughts softening as the light clears your mind. The golden river flows freely now, and every drop is carrying healing abundance, love. Repeat with me in rhythm. See it, feel it, believe it, see the light, feel the warmth. Believe it is already yours. Your body, your mind, your soul are already renewed. Let the light sweep away all shadows, all doubt. It pours into you from an infinite source, never ending, never ceasing. You are not asking for the light. You are allowing it. You are opening the window of imagination, and the sun is pouring in. Your subconscious accepts what you imagine and feel as true. If you see yourself healed, your body follows. If you see yourself abundant, your life arranges itself to match. If you see yourself loved, your relationships bloom with affection. You are the cathedral. You are the river. You are the golden light itself. Whisper, visualize, feel, and the law is fulfilled. Now that the word is spoken, now that the light is seen, there remains the seal. Gratitude. Gratitude is not a polite courtesy. It is the proof of possession. When you thank, you declare, it is already mine. It is already done. Imagine your desire written on a scroll. You have spoken it. You have lit it with vision. Now gratitude presses the seal of wax upon it. The seal cannot be broken. It is complete. Feel the difference between wanting and thanking. Wanting cries, someday perhaps. Thanking declares now, already, here. Wanting is a beggar at the door. Thanking is the owner within the house. Visualize yourself holding a treasure chest already locked, already filled. Your hands caress its weight. Your heart rejoices in its possession. You whisper, thank you, thank you, thank you. Every word of thanks sends roots deeper into your subconscious, fixing the impression in place. Say within yourself, thank you, it is done. Thank you, I am healed. Thank you, I am supplied. Thank you, I am loved. The gratitude flows out of you like a river, watering the seed of your decree. And as surely as water brings life to the seed, Gratitude brings life to the word. Your subconscious accepts gratitude as reality. To thank is to announce to the inner world, the harvest is here, the fruit is mine, the work is complete. Gratitude is the song that seals the law. Rest now in thanksgiving. Whispered law, visualized light, grateful, seal. The ritual is alive within you, but there is one more step, one more cleansing that must take place. For no seed grows in soil tangled with weeds. No light shines in a room choked with shadows. Forgiveness is the clearing, the dissolving, the great release. Resentment is poison to the subconscious. It clogs the channel. It cancels the decree. You cannot whisper healing and hold hatred in the same breath. You cannot see the light and clutch the chain of anger. Picture resentment as heavy chains around your body. Each memory of hurt, each grudge, each bitterness is a weight dragging you down. Now see the chains melting. One by one, they dissolve into light. The prison door swings open. You are free. Forgiveness does not mean approval. It does not mean forgetting. It means liberation. It means setting yourself free. Imagine the faces of those who wounded you. One by one, release them. Bless them. Let them go. I release you. I forgive you. I free myself. With every name, a chain falls. With every sigh, a burden lifts. Breathe deeply, as though fresh air rushes into a room long shut. The weeds are cleared from your garden soil. Now the seed can grow. Now the light can shine unhindered. Now the decree can manifest without obstruction. Forgiveness is the spiritual solvent. It dissolves the knots of the heart. It purifies the channel of the subconscious. Without it, the law is blocked. With it, the law flows like a river. Say softly, I forgive. I release. I am free. And feel the freedom spread through you, like dawn breaking over a darkened land. Now turn inward and speak to the temple that carries you, your body. Every organ, every cell is alive with intelligence, listening, waiting for your word. Speak to them with love, with reverence, with authority. Place your attention on your heart. Whisper to it, heart, you are strong. Heart, you are whole. Heart, you are renewed. See it glowing, pulsing with golden light. Feel it responding like a child, comforted by a parent's voice. Move to your lungs. Breathe deeply and say, "Lungs, you are clear. Lungs, you are filled with light. Lungs, you are free." Imagine them expanding like great flowers opening to the sun. Speak to your blood. Blood, you flow freely. Blood, you are pure. Blood, you carry life and light to every cell. See the rivers of golden light rushing through your veins. Address your mind. Mind, you are calm. Mind, you are clear. Mind, you are aligned with truth. Imagine your mind as a lake, still and reflecting the sky. Every cell obeys the higher intelligence. Every part of you listens to your voice. Speak gently, speak lovingly, and your body will answer. It is a temple, and your word is law within its walls. Say to yourself, "You are strong. You are whole. You are new." The subconscious listens. The body obeys, and health is restored. Now let us give you phrases to plant tonight seeds of health, love, and wealth. For health, every cell in me shines with light. Whisper it, visualize it, feel it, every cell glowing, every organ singing, every breath alive with radiance. For wealth, I am supplied from infinite source. Whisper it, visualize it, feel it. Imagine rivers of supply flowing toward you. Endless streams of abundance arriving with ease. For love, I radiate love, and love returns multiplied. Whisper it, visualize it, feel it. See yourself surrounded by a circle of affection, your heart a magnet drawing kindness, warmth, and devotion. These are seeds. Each phrase is a seed dropped into the soil of your subconscious. Whisper, water with light, seal with gratitude, protect with forgiveness. Night by night, the garden grows. Now take a phrase that is yours tonight. Shape it in your own words. Short, present, positive. Whisper it softly. Plant it deep. And in the morning, it begins to grow. Write your phrase for tonight below. Let the act of writing it be another seal, another root in the soil of your mind. Let me tell you a story. A woman weary from illness lay in despair. Doctors gave her little hope. She felt her strength slipping away. Night after night, she turned to the ritual. She whispered, "I am whole." She visualized golden light sweeping her body. She sealed her prayer with gratitude. "Thank you. It is done." She forgave those who had hurt her. She spoke tenderly to her heart, her lungs, her blood. At first, nothing seemed to change, but she continued. Night after night, word by word, image by image, seed by seed. Until one morning, she woke and noticed a shift. Energy stirred, pain lessened, breath deepened. The light she had imagined within was becoming reality. In time, she rose from her bed. Her body renewed, her spirit alive. She walked into her garden, felt the sun on her face, and whispered, "I am whole." The ritual had carried her from despair to life. This is not fantasy. This is law. The subconscious responds when impressed with conviction. The whisper, the vision, the gratitude, the forgiveness, the dialogue with the body, all combined as mathematics producing inevitable results. Countless lives testify to this truth. And now yours will too. You have walked the ritual. Whisper, visualize, thank, forgive, address your body, plant your phrase. This is the rhythm of creation, the practice of transformation. Repetition deepens the roots. Each night you return, the grooves grow deeper, the seeds grow stronger, the harvest draws nearer. Blessings be upon you for your persistence, for your faith, for your willingness to sow. As you sow, so shall you reap. The law does not fail. Let us plant a seed together tonight. Whisper your phrase. See the light. Feel the gratitude. Forgive and release. Speak to your body with love. And then type below, "I sow tonight." Let the act of writing join the ritual, making the seed firm in the soil. And to keep sowing, to keep watering, to keep the garden alive, plant another seed by subscribing. Return nightly, and together we will water these seeds until your life blossoms into full abundance, health, and love. Type it now, oh, tonight, and believe it is already done. The first light of dawn breaks gently across the horizon, as though the sky itself is whispering a blessing upon your day. Imagine yourself resting, eyes still closed, while a golden warmth begins to wash over you. A sunrise over the calm ocean stretches wide before your inner vision, the soft glow of morning mirrored in the still waters. You breathe deeply, as if that very light has entered your lungs, filling you with new strength, new clarity, and a renewed sense of purpose. The very first thought you hold in the morning is the seed of the entire day. Like the first bird singing before the sun fully rises, your initial thought sets the rhythm, the tone, the harmony for all that will follow. If you awaken and declare, "This day is mine, and I walk in alignment with life's higher order," then your subconscious carries that decree like a current, guiding you gently yet firmly in the direction of peace and accomplishment. The subconscious mind does not argue. It does not question. It accepts, just as fertile soil does not resist a seed, but welcomes it. Your inner mind embraces the thought you present at the threshold of morning. This is why Joseph Murphy reminds us your first thought is a seed of the day. Choose it wisely. For a seed once planted will grow. Now imagine holding a small card beside your bed. On that card are words of power, words simple yet filled with creative authority. Today, I walk in alignment. Today, I move with peace. Today, I prosper. Each morning, as the light enters your room, you take that card in your hand and read it aloud. In that quiet moment, the card becomes more than ink on paper. It becomes your declaration, your key, your compass. As you rise, see yourself standing before the window. The first breath of fresh morning air touches your lungs. The light of day pours onto your skin. You lift your face toward the sky, and within your heart, you affirm, "I choose harmony. I choose joy. I choose abundance." These are not mere wishes. They are living decrees shaping your vibration, tuning your body, aligning your path. The subconscious is impressionable, and impressions are strongest when you first awaken. Just as soft clay receives the deepest imprint, so does your inner mind in that tender moment between sleep and waking. By choosing your thought with intention, you set the pattern for the hours ahead. The morning is not random. The morning is your tool. The morning is your sacred altar. If you awaken in complaint, you will carry complaint. If you awaken in gratitude, you will carry gratitude. If you awaken in alignment, all things will bend to that alignment. So imagine now the rising sun lifting fully above the calm ocean. The light dances on the waves, each shimmer a promise of blessing, each reflection a mirror of your own radiant mind. The bird's song grows louder, more joyful, as if echoing your own affirmation. The day stretches before you, like an unwritten scroll, waiting for the ink of your thought to script its unfolding. You are the author of this day. You are the gardener of its hours. And with each morning breath, each word spoken with intent, you lay the foundation for peace, for love, for prosperity. Carry this awareness with you. The morning belongs to you, and the tone you set is the life you will live. Now we move deeper, where the mystery of spirit touches the clarity of science. Imagine for a moment the strands of your DNA glowing softly, spiraling like ladders of light inside every cell of your body. These strands hold the memory of generations, the code of life itself. Yet science tells us these codes are not rigid prisons. They are more like a piano, an instrument filled with infinite potential melodies. Your DNA is the piano. Your mind is the pianist. The keys may be fixed, but the song is not. And what determines the music? It is your thought, your belief, your vibration. When you press the keys of harmony, your body resonates with health. When you play the notes of confidence, your life resounds with success. And when you allow your hands to linger on the chords of peace, your entire being vibrates with serenity. Modern science, in the study of epigenetics, reveals that you are not bound by your genes. You are not a victim of inheritance, nor a prisoner of biology. Rather, your thoughts, your emotions, your inner dialogue, all of these direct the great symphony of your body. Just as a pianist may change the melody at will, you too may change the song that your DNA sings. Joseph Murphy taught this timeless principle long before the science gave it words mind commands. Matter. The subconscious plays the body like an instrument. What you impress upon your inner mind becomes the vibration of your cells, the rhythm of your organs, the harmony of your entire being. Imagine now the strands of your DNA glowing brighter, and from them rise notes of music, shimmering, floating, ascending like luminous tones into the space around you. At first, the music may be discordant echoes of old fears, old patterns, old memories. But with each new affirmation, with each new belief, the melody shifts. The discord fades. The song changes. You say, I am whole. I am strong. I am renewed. And instantly, the piano responds. The notes realign. The body listens. The cells obey. Consider the many who have experienced healing simply through belief. A diagnosis once written like a sentence becomes erased like chalk upon a board, dissolved by the conviction that life itself is stronger than any condition. The pianist changed the melody. The music followed. The body obeyed. This is not imagination alone. It is the law of being. The mind, when aligned with truth, reorders matter. The subconscious, when impressed with harmony, directs the symphony of life within you. So as you rest, as you breathe, as you declare your affirmations, know this: you are not merely whispering words. You are playing upon the keys of your very existence. You are choosing the song that your DNA will perform. You are shifting the vibration, and with it, every outcome of your life. Spirit and science meet here not in contradiction, but in unity. The piano and the pianist, the code and the composer, the body and the mind, and you stand in the center, sovereign, empowered, directing the music of your being with the simplest of tools: belief, repetition, affirmation, faith. Your DNA is listening. The song is yours to choose. The melody is yours to compose. And with every thought, every word, every belief, you are writing a score of health, abundance, and joy. Picture a single drop of water falling on a stone. At first, the stone seems unshakable, unchangeable, too strong to be altered by something so small, so light. Yet the drop returns, again and again and again, day after day, night after night, until the stone itself, once thought unyielding, carries the hollow, carved by patience, and persistence. So it is with your subconscious mind. One thought whispered once may pass like a breeze, but a thought repeated with feeling, with faith again and again, becomes a current, a stream, a river. And just as rivers shape valleys, carve canyons, and transform landscapes, so repetition shapes your life, molds your destiny, engraves truth upon your innermost being. Joseph Murphy taught repetition with feeling, engraves truth in the subconscious. Just as a bell tolls across a quiet field, its sound lingering long after the strike, so does each affirmation linger in your inner mind. The echo grows deeper until it is no longer an echo, but a constant song. Think of the steady beat of a drum. At first, it is only sound, but soon it becomes rhythm. And rhythm is not heard, it is felt. It enters the body, the heart, the pulse. So too with repetition. At first, you may speak words, I am at peace, I am abundant, I am whole. They seem like phrases distant from your reality. But continue. Repeat. Whisper them tonight. Declare them tomorrow. Write them again and again. Soon the words are no longer words. They are rhythm. They are law. They are your reality. The subconscious does not resist the steady drip of truth. Even if it hesitates at first, even if old patterns stand guard, persistence dissolves resistance. Repetition with quiet faith moves mountains more surely than sudden force. You do not need to rush. You do not need to strive. A single drop returned often does the work. One small flame kept alive lights the path through darkness. So as you settle into this practice, remember, it is not the grandeur of the moment that matters, but the constancy. Do not be discouraged if change seems slow, if results do not yet appear. The water is falling, the rhythm is sounding, the echo is deepening, the impression is forming, and soon the stone yields, the path opens, the truth is engraved. Every night whisper again, every morning affirm again. Each word is a drop, each drop is carving, each carving is shaping the life you are destined to live. Your subconscious listens not to the loudest voice, but to the most consistent one. Be consistent. Be steady. be faithful. The river will form. The stone will yield. The truth will stand. Now imagine yourself standing in a vast field, soil soft beneath your feet, the horizon stretching wide beneath a sky of gentle blue. In your hand, you hold seeds. Some are bright and golden, radiant with promise. Others are dark and tangled, heavy with worry or doubt. The field before you is your subconscious mind, silent, fertile waiting. The law of the garden is simple. Whatever you plant will grow. The soil does not judge. It does not say, "This seed is worthy, this one is not." It simply multiplies what is given. Plant roses, and roses bloom. Plant weeds, and weeds take root. Plant peace, and peace flourishes. Plant fear, and fear spreads. Joseph Murphy said it clearly, as you sow in the subconscious, so shall you reap in reality. Your words, your thoughts, your affirmations, these are seeds. Each night, as you drift into sleep, you plant them in the rich soil of your inner being. Each morning, the sun of consciousness rises, and the seeds begin to sprout. Now picture a time-lapse garden. Seeds you planted last night break the soil at dawn, tiny shoots of light reaching upward. By noon, they stretch taller leaves unfolding. By evening, blossoms appear, colors glowing under the setting sun. This is how your affirmations work. What you plant in the silence of night blooms in the activity of day. The subconscious is always multiplying. Neutral soil cannot remain empty. If you do not plant consciously, weeds of fear and doubt may take root by default. This is why you must become a joyful gardener, choosing each seed with intention, planting roses of truth, lilies of peace, oaks of strength. Imagine now walking through this garden of your own creation. You see paths lined with flowers of abundance. You see trees heavy with fruit of love and harmony. You hear the gentle hum of bees, the song of birds, the rustle of leaves, all celebrating the life you have sown. You smile, knowing this is no accident. This is no chance. This is the harvest of your planting. Each affirmation you speak is a seed. Each repetition is watering the seed. Each vision of gratitude is sunlight upon the growing plant. And every doubt you release is the weeding of the garden. So tonight, as you prepare to rest, Imagine yourself again in that field. Hold only the seeds of harmony, of joy, of abundance. Drop them gently into the soil of your subconscious. Cover them with faith. Water them with gratitude. And know the harvest will come. The garden will flourish. And the fragrance of your thoughts will bless not only you, but all who walk near the beauty of your life. You are the gardener. You are the sower. You are the one who chooses the seeds. And what you plant, you shall surely reap. Close your eyes and hear it now, the steady beat of a drum in the distance. Slow, steady, certain. Each strike carries a weight, a resonance that moves through the earth, through your body, through your heart. That is the rhythm of life. That is the rhythm that bypasses resistance and speaks directly to your subconscious. Joseph Murphy understood this timeless key. The subconscious mind responds not to argument, not to long reasoning, but to rhythm, repetition, and imagery. It listens to cadence, to patterns, to simple phrases carried on waves of feeling. This is why affirmations, when given rhythm, when spoken like poetry or song, move more deeply than plain words ever could. Think of the waves at the shore. They come not once, but in sets rolling 3 by 3. The first lifts, the second carries the third, washes all into stillness. Then again and again, endlessly. So too, with affirmations, they arrive in rhythm, in triads, in repetition that feels like the sea itself breathing through you. Say within yourself now, I whisper, I believe, I receive. And again I whisper, I believe, I receive. Notice how the rhythm carries it beyond thought. Notice how the cadence bypasses doubt. The words are no longer intellectual. They are song. They are chant. They are decree. When you affirm with rhythm, you are speaking the very language of the subconscious. It does not resist. It does not analyze. It simply accepts. Just as a child falls asleep to a lullaby, your inner mind drifts into agreement with the song you sing. Murphy's art was not only in the words, but in their rhythm. Short, vivid affirmations, simple, memorable, repeated. They bypassed the barrier of logic and entered the soil of the subconscious like seeds falling to the ground in spring. You can do the same. You can give your affirmations rhythm. You can speak them in triads like footsteps along a path. I am whole. I am strong. I am free. Again, I am whole. I am strong. I am free. The rhythm hurries power. The repetition engraves truth. The cadence imprints harmony. Hear now the drumbeat under your words. Hear the ocean's waves joining your declaration. Feel your heart beating in time with the rhythm of your affirmations. This is not mere imagination. This is alignment. This is law. So tonight, when you whisper your affirmations before sleep, let them be rhythmic. Let them be simple. Let them carry a beat, a cadence, a melody. For the subconscious is not moved by complexity, but by rhythm. And rhythm, carried with feeling, becomes truth impressed, destiny declared. Now imagine this: a quiet desk before you, a blank page glowing softly in the candlelight. In your hand is a pen, but not ink alone flows from it. Light flows golden and radiant. Each word you write shining for a moment before sinking into the page, as though absorbed by the universe itself. Writing is more than action. Writing is ritual. Writing is impression made physical. When you take an affirmation from your mind and press it onto paper, you carve it deeper into your subconscious. You give form to the invisible. You make thought tangible. Joseph Murphy taught what you write with conviction, the subconscious engraves as law. The pen becomes more than a tool. It is the instrument of decree. The page becomes more than paper. It is the tablet of your destiny. Each night, take one affirmation. Just one. Write it with your hand. But let your hand not only move with ink, let it move with feeling. Let emotion be the true ink that writes upon the inner mind, for it is not mechanical repetition that impresses, but heartfelt conviction. Picture yourself writing, I am guided. I am prosperous. I am at peace. The words glow upon the page, then dissolve into your heart, leaving behind a deep impression in the soil of your subconscious. This nightly ritual becomes a contract. When you write, you sign your agreement with truth. You seal your affirmation in the inner law. And each morning, life unfolds according to that contract. Do not underestimate the power of this small act. One sentence written nightly carries more weight than hours of scattered thoughts. The written word lingers. The page keeps witness. The subconscious remembers. So let your journal be your garden of seeds. Each entry a planting, each page a field. Over weeks, months, years, you will look back and see not only words, but evidence, the very manifestations that sprouted from what you once wrote in faith. Now, hear this call to action. Write in the comments below these words, "I will write tonight," and finish it with your own affirmation. Let this be your public planting your declaration in the garden of community. For the seed you write today is the harvest you will live tomorrow. As the quill writes golden letters, as the page glows beneath your hand, so too does your subconscious receive, engrave, and multiply. This is your ritual. This is your seal. This is the act that transforms fleeting thought into enduring law. Now, beloved listener, we arrive at the crest of the journey, the summit, where all the affirmations, all the rhythms, all the seeds, and all the repetitions gather into one luminous point of power. Tonight is not only practice, it is coronation. Tonight, you do not simply whisper wishes, you declare truth. Imagine yourself standing upon a hill as the night sky stretches infinite above you. Stars glimmer like eternal witnesses. Galaxies swirl as silent choirs, and you, yes, you stand crowned in radiance. A crown of light descends softly onto your head, golden, shining, weightless, yet filled with majesty. This crown is not given to you. It is revealed. It was always yours. Now feel a river of gold flowing down through the crown, moving into your mind, your heart, your body. It flows into every cell, every nerve, every corner of your being. This river does not come from outside. It rises from within a stream of infinite life, declaring itself through you. And from this place of majesty, you speak, not as a seeker, not as a beggar, but as a knower, a sovereign, a creator. Say now within yourself, and let it resonate through the universe. I do not attract what I want. I attract what I am. And I am whole, rich, loved. Again, let the words strike like the steady toll of a great bell. I I do not attract what I want. I attract what I am. And I am whole, rich, loved. And once more, with all the conviction of the ages, with the voice of stars themselves, I do not attract what I want. I attract what I am. And I am whole, rich, loved. Feel it. Believe it. Receive it. This is not repetition. It is sealing. This is not desire. It is decree. The subconscious does not wonder whether it will be so. The subconscious accepts it is already true. Every river of abundance now flows toward you. Every chord of love now resonates within you. Every path of peace now opens before you. Not because you chase them, not because you plead for them, but because you are them. The declaration is the final act. It is the crown placed upon the journey. For thought becomes belief. Belief becomes word. Word becomes law. And law becomes life. So rest tonight in the strength of this decree. Whisper it as you drift into sleep. Let it echo as the stars shine over you. For what you declare now is the identity from which your destiny flows. You are whole. You are rich. You are loved. And so it is. Now the circle closes. The journey is sealed, and the blessing is spoken. From desire to thought, from thought to word, from word to being, from being to manifestation, you have walked the path. And as you have sown, so you shall reap. Imagine yourself once more in the garden of your inner mind. The seeds you planted have bloomed into radiant flowers, fields glowing with abundance, joy, and peace. Roses of love stretch in every direction. Trees heavy with fruit bend toward you, offering sweetness freely. This is your harvest. This is your blessing. Above the stars shine not as distant fires, but as companions, guardians, witnesses of your decree. They look upon you and whisper, peace is yours, wholeness is yours, abundance is yours. And their light falls upon you like a benediction, sealing all that has been spoken, all that has been affirmed, all that has been declared. Receive it now. Peace in your heart, wholeness in your body, abundance in your life, love in your relationships, clarity in your path, strength in your purpose. Tonight, I bless you. May your words be seeds of harmony. May your thoughts be rivers of abundance. May your life be a garden where joy forever blooms. This is the close of the journey, but it is also the beginning. For each night you return, you plant again. Each morning you affirm again. Each day you reap again. The cycle is endless. The garden is eternal. The blessing is infinite. And so I invite you, stay with this community of nightly sowers. Subscribe, like, and share so that together we may continue planting seeds of light so that none of us ever walk this garden alone. Now I ask you one final act tonight. In the comments, type your one-sentence whisper for tonight. Just one line, just one seed. For when you plant it here, you plant it in the field of collective belief, and together we water it, nurture it, and watch it grow. This is our bond. This is our covenant. We sow together, and we reap together. Go now into rest. Sleep beneath the blessing of stars. Awake in the abundance of morning. And carry always this truth. The word spoken in blessing carries power beyond measure. Peace is with you. Wholeness is with you. Abundance is with you. Always. And so it is.